Oh, I thought you were thinking about it. I'm here. I'm paying attention.
Live from New York, it's Ask an Engineer.
Hey, everybody, and welcome to a thankful, stuffing-filled Ask an Engineer. It's me, Lady Ada, the turkey. And with me is Mr. Lady Ada, the cranberry sauce. And together, we are a delicious, nutritious meal of engineering.
Okay.
I lost the metaphor. It's gone.
All right. It's like a turducken. It's like a It's like a turkey with a duck and a chicken inside of it.
Yeah.
It's a turducken.
Oh.
Okay.
Now I'm hungry again. Okay. We got this exciting show tonight, of course. It is our Thanksgiving Eve show.
Yeah.
But we still have stuff going on. So why don't you fix your parents' Wi-Fi and tune in.
Okay.
Let's kick it off.
On tonight's show, the code is thanks. Thank you. Code's thanks. 10% off everything in the Adafruit store except for gift certificates and software. We're going to say happy Thanksgiving and thank you to everyone out there who watches every week. We're going to talk about a giant deal that's going on right now. Woo.
Woo.
Show and tell. Full room. Lots of people. We'll talk about the projects they shared. Packet of mailbags going to stop by. We're going to talk about some open source hardware. Nimbus, the friendly cloud entity, is going to swing by. Talk a little Arduino. Some Adafruit learning system. 650 tutorials. It's crazy.
652.
You're going to time travel, look back in the world of hacker, maker, science and engineering history. Exciting. Wearables, we got a great video from Becky. 3D printing, an amazing thing that happened in space in 3D printers. And then we're also going to talk about a cool project from Noah and Pedro. Pi Day, some Pi news. And of course, we're going to have some new products. We're going to answer your question, or trivia question, all that and more on, you guessed it, Ask an Engineer. Okay.
Bloop, bloop.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's that. We might have it's not out yet, don't know, so you can do the top secret thing?
We might get it here.
Okay, we might do that. So, you know, if it would look like this right before we do it if you have a
If we
chance.
did.
That's what it would look like, yeah.
No
Okay.
guarantees.
So first up, code is thanks.
Okay.
And this is 10% off everything in the Adafruit store. I do want to go over some things that have changed in the last little bit.
Okay.
So first up, happy Thanksgiving. We thought we would give. If you have Bitcoins, we still take them, and it's a good thing to announce because I'll be going over, I think this is the first time any company has ever shared
Bitcoin data.
and sales. How many people are actually buying stuff? I'm going to show a chart. It's a big deal. This is going to be like one of those financial shows, but it's just like Bitcoin. Okay. So the free deal has changed. We're starting this early. So here's the thing. Before, it was just a UPS free, maybe sometimes perma proto, but this time it's a lot more. So let's go over the chart first.
So much more. We have a chart.
You have a chart.
Let's go to the chart.
This is the first chart. So orders $100 or more, you get a half-size perma proto. Okay. 150 or more, guess what you get? Trinket 5 volt. $200 or more, free UPS ground, continental US. That's amazing UPS ground shipping, not the weirdo post thing that
Happy Post,
yeah, that never makes it and it takes 2 weeks. This is real, reliable, trackable.
We should call it like Promise Post because it's not a promise at all.
And then next up, 250 or more, free Pro Trinket 5 volt. So that's the massive deal.
And you get all the previous ones as well.
Yeah. So
if you get like this one, if you get the Pro Trinket 5 volt, you also get the Trinket, and you get the free shipping, and you get the Perma Proto. So like you get all of them.
So you can do all this. We don't know how long we're going to be able to do this, but we're starting this now. And that also means that that also means that you can combine it with the discount code.
Oh.
So it's 10% off, and
so let's say I bought like $250 worth of stuff. What would I get?
You would get all these things that we just talked about.
You get all these things.
You get the Perma Proto.
And you can get 10% off.
Yeah, and free shipping if you're in the continental
free shipping,
US.
Yeah,
so this is a crazy deal. And one of the things we wanted to do is keep it simple. So there's all sorts of, you have to enter 50 different codes. There's flash sales, so you have to be around. Really making people jump through hoops. And so what we thought we would do is make it very good across the board. And we think it's one of the best deals out there.
Also, we're like, because we have a lot of stuff that ends with like 95 cents, it's actually like $99 and $149.
Yeah, yeah.
Like we're not like it was within $1.
We made it. We put in your benefits.
We don't want to make it like a penny here, penny there.
So tonight, right now, you can use the code thanks, and then this is all the stuff. And like I said, This is going to go fast. We get thousands of orders sometimes. These will be available until they're not. That's what we decided to do.
We've been making a lot of trinkets and pro trinkets.
Yeah,
and people love them. And it's one of the freebies. The rulers, people like the rulers a lot, but they're like, I got 6 rulers. I don't need more rulers. But so we're trying to make sure that we have freebies that are both cool for everybody and good if you get one, and good if you get like one a month, because there's some people who like do an order a month.
Lots of people get trinkets and they use them in everything, so we're like, that's a really good thing to do.
Yeah.
And so, anyways, that's what's going on. So let's do the show and tell.
Okay.
Show and tells every week, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's been filling up a lot, so when you see it.
Oh yeah, it was packed within like 2 minutes.
Yeah, so it's 10 people every week, because I think a lot of people work on projects, and now it's time to share the projects. So what was on the show and tell?
Okay, let's go over the show and tell. Yeah, it was a full house, which is awesome. We had Noah and Pedro from Adafruit Southeast. They showed up and talked about actually there is no 3D hangout tomorrow because it's Thanksgiving, of course, and they're going to be doing Thanksgiving with their family. So there's no live hangout. Instead, we'll be returning next week. So they didn't have any projects to preview, but they just, trust me, they're working on like really, really cool stuff that they will be doing throughout the year and into 2015. But they showed off the Orion 3D printer, the Delta robot printer that they're using, and talking a little bit about like the printer and the stuff that they're working on and the high resolution prints that they're getting out of it. So they just talked about that a little bit. And then don't forget, they are not going to be on tomorrow, 3D Thursday. They will be next Thursday after Thanksgiving. Tony Nicola from Adafruit Northwest came by and also doesn't have tons of new projects, but instead showed off some gifts that he's giving away. He's going to be doing some gift guides as well. He showed off a Geiger tube kit that we sell from Mighty Ohm in the store. It's one of our most popular and only Geiger tube kits. It's a really great quality kit. He's like working on making it like internet enabled and stuff. And he also showed off a Pi gift pack. He's packaging these Pi starter kits up for friends who want to learn Raspberry Pi, and he's like a Pi expert now. So he's making little tote boxes. Virtual Machine came in with the return of DonkeyBot. DonkeyBot has come back. We can rebuild him. He was donkeyer than ever. There's servos, and there's an audio effects board, and it like moves, and it like sings, and it's a donkey robot. And I guess it's a family project that he's doing for his family, so he had to finish it tonight. EKTA came in, was wearing his NeoPixel LED goggles, but is actually showing off a barometric pressure sensor logger that he's building with an Arduino and one of our barometric pressure sensors, and it logs to an LCD. Paul Bidet, I don't know how to pronounce his name, came in with a haptic feedback keyboard, which is really neat. It's a chording keyboard where you like press the keys, and then there's little buzzers that indicate what key you press. So it's actually Bluetooth too. So he was typing on a tablet with this, like, you don't move your hands, you just press the keys up and down. So it's a chording style keyboard using haptic feedback, which is very interesting. I've been doing a little haptic feedback stuff research lately, so I might hang out with him a little bit, chat with him about it. Rick Winscott, who has been making some really awesome robot trinket projects for us, showed off a needle-felted robo-cat. So we had a robo-donkey, now we have a robo-cat. This cat also has like, I think a sound effect board and servos, and it like wagged his tail. It was the cutest little cat with little ears.
And Rick got into needle felting, and it's a combination of all these.
Yeah, it's a needle-felted trinket
very
robot.
Cool project.
So it's super cute. He's probably going to be writing it up for the learning system. So if you are excited about RoboCats, check that out. Richard Teal came in, and he made the Guggen hat that Phil Beam designed earlier this year. One of my favorite projects. It's a wearable hat that scrolls messages. It's a little top hat with a NeoPixel strip that spirals around it. And he covered it with kind of a dark muslin to make it
really nice.
To make it diffused. He added a little beeper that beeps when the message is changed, because he was worried that people would be changing the message on him. And it looks really good. And he said he was wearing it at the First Robotics, and everybody thought it was awesome. And you can change the message in color whenever you want to say stuff. I love the Guggen hat. I don't know. We thought maybe that Guggenheim would get angry at us, but they never did.
They might not know about it yet.
They may not know about it.
Give them a chance.
I know. We can't wait to get sued over that. Stefan came in with a 3D LED cube that uses NeoPixel strips. So the strips are like laid out in a cube, and so it's like a 3D LED cube, but it's all surface mount, which is cute and extremely glowy. And then Richard came in, he's been showing off his little mini robots, and he came in again and showed off 3 more iterations of his mini robot. He's upgraded to the Pro Trinket, which is really good. It's one of the reasons I designed the Pro Trinket, was I was like, little robots could really benefit from this. And it's got these 2 little microservo wheels, and he actually said that VTech continuous rotation microservers worked really, really well, and he suggested them to us, so maybe we'll carry them because continuous rotation microservers are really rare. I've never seen them in the wild. Usually you have to hack them to create them. So yeah, like people show up on the show and tell and say, hey, here's a thing I found, and it's really neat. You guys should carry it. And I'm like, you're right. That is so neat. I'm going to go carry it.
This happened many times.
Yeah, I really love getting the weird stuff.
This is why we do the show and tell. A couple people said, why do you do the show and tell? There's no
Why do we do it?
There's no money involved. Other people show up and they have other companies' electronics. They say, no, this is great for a couple big reasons. One. Well, 0. Who cares?
Who cares?
It's about sharing. The best show and tell, every week, and we do it.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is we see cool stuff that we wouldn't maybe see and get ideas. And
I get tons of ideas.
And the second one is some of our best people who work with Adafruit, we met through the show and tell.
That's true. So,
it's like a giant job interview for all of us. We're all looking to work together in some way. So that's the show and tell. We do this every week, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Lady Ada, how do they add themselves to the show and tell?
If you would like to join this fun pajama maker party that we have every single week, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. It's dark out, so why don't you just stay indoors and work on electronics and then join us. You can do that so easily by going to our Google Plus page at plus.google.com/+Adafruit. Look for the post where we said, hey, comment here to get added to the show and tell circle. And then once you comment there, we will click on your little icon and we will right click it and say add to circle. And then you will be added to the show and tell circle. And every single week you will get an invitation and you can show off your projects. And they can be in-progress projects. They can be projects you built, your friends built. They can be retro tech. We're really into like weird old technology if you want to show that off. Crafting projects, pretty much cosplay, anything. As long as
it's a show and tell.
Somebody made it. We're pretty cool with it. Show it off.
Someone made something where it's old and it's cool.
Do you think we'd be into it? Just show it off. It's cool.
Okay.
All right.
Next mailbag. Back to mailbag.
All right. Now it's your turn.
Yep.
You talk a bit.
We get letters from people. We get emails. We get all sorts of things. And we read these to the entire company, and we read them to you. So this week, this is from Dave. Dave says, Adafruit is awesome. I'm pretty new to the world of hardware hacking, and I've loved all your tutorials, parts, and information Adafruit provides. Just wanted to say thanks. Thanks, Dave.
Thanks, Dave.
All right. For the people out there who follow our Keg-O-Matic, this is our little happy keg. We have 2. One has beer alcohol, and one has root beer. And
no, coffee.
Oh yeah, sorry.
We have root beer.
Yeah.
We have beer and coffee.
Yeah, sorry. We switched from root beer. No, we have iced coffee on one keg.
Yeah.
And alcohol beer.
Alcohol beer. Okay.
Yeah. And so right now, if you follow,
you get upper keg and downer keg.
So if you follow twitter.com/Adafruit Kegbot, you'll notice both of them are tweeting gravy. I just someone so we changed it today because I thought it would be funny to just be imagining people just drinking pint glasses of gravy.
Like the crystal gravy.
Yeah.
Fake
gravy.
ad. Gravy.
Gravy. So
gloop gloop gloop. Yeah.
This is just for the people out there who like tweeting kegs. So
if you like drinking kegs.
So
okay.
Okay. Next up, this is kind of big news. This is really big news.
Okay.
So this is a post that we did back in 2010. So 4 years ago. Over 4 years ago.
Oh my God, I'm so old.
And we said, our promise, no social network malware on Adafruit, Facebook, etc.
What's funny is that this was back at the time when there was 500 social networks. There was
let me read some of these buttons. So let me first explain what this is.
Okay, sorry.
We made a promise.
Sorry.
We made a promise to people because we've informally said this on Ask an Engineer for years and on our site. We're not going to take ads. We're not going to make blinking Christmas trees.
Blinking Christmas tree kits.
No
Christmas tree kits.
Yeah, we'll never do affiliate programs or sponsored projects. We get asked all the time.
No, we don't.
We'll never, and this was the new thing that we added 4 years ago. We said, there's all these buttons that were all over our site. So it was like buzz and Google Buzz and
Mix.
Technorati and Spin and BuzzUp.
Remember StumbleUpon?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's still there.
Yeah,
StumbleUpon.
G Bookmarks, FriendFeed.
FriendFeed.
So everyone was told, all these marketers told everybody, put all these social share buttons on every single post, put it all over the site. You have to.
Everything.
And no one ever
Like
clicks and knows anything. So we said, you know what? No, because it's trackable too. Like
they track you.
So what we said is, well, we're not going to do that. We're not going to have digs on pages. Remember dig?
No digs.
So we're not going to do that.
But you have actually the counter.
We
Like
made a physical.
No, but I'm
kit.
saying like I don't know if because of an ad blocker maybe, but like they used to have actually the numbers of how many digs.
Yeah.
And
no,
such.
they would say how many times people hit and dig.
Dig,
So
okay.
we said 4 years ago, and this was when everyone said you have to do this. We said, well, you know what, we're never going to do that, and we stuck to it. You know, people would say, "Oh, you guys have a really popular blog. Why aren't you? You're missing out."
No, how are you gonna get?
Yeah.
How are you
And
people
then-
gonna share it?
And then
with
every
their
week
friends?
we get a pretty significant ad brokers and networks contact
Oh my
us.
god, I get the worst ad people emailing
And
me.
so
It's so bad.
We say no thanks. We don't want to take ads. They
It's
say, but
like-
you have 11 million page views on your blog. 2 million people show up a
what
month.
was it? It was like what was the one yesterday? It was like data monetization.
Do you want to share all your data with us and monetize? Yeah.
Okay.
So
Anyways,
we've been doing this for a while, and I wanted to mention something right now because there's a lot of reasons we're mentioning this right now, but we all hate spam. We all
I
hate
like
spam. We get
spam.
too much, and every one of us, because we're in this electronics world now, are getting spammed by every company. And I'm not going to name any companies because it's a lot of them. And no matter what you do, you can't get off these newsletters, and it's every day, every hour, sale, and it's approaching the end of the year. So lots of
now's the time they hit
so
you.
lots of marketers, lots of people say you have to spam all these people. And even if companies didn't think they were going to do that, new people come in and they say, great, we're going to do that now. So here's our promise. And so we've never spammed anyone ever, and we never will. We will never spam anyone ever. And
What do you mean by spam?
what I mean by spam is unsolicited email. As a customer, you're forced to put in an email address.
No, we have to
That-
email you your tracking
That
number.
should never be used in any way to promote a sale. And that's what I mean, or sell stuff.
Yeah.
Shipping notifications you should get.
Yeah.
Order confirmation you should get.
Yeah. Problem with your order.
Yeah.
The
problem with
order
your
was returned or something. Yeah.
Or if we know what you got is wrong or something. That's something important. But I mean, taking your email and putting in a big list and saying, here's a discount code, buy some stuff, because someone has to meet numbers or it's just selling stuff. So as a company, this is like people who work in marketing advertising, this is the scariest thing a company can say.
Yeah, because they would say, well, if you're going to get money, you could get money from somebody who's already given you money, right? That's the rule. They're like, it's easiest to get people who've already done business with you to do more business.
So we're going to update this post.
Yeah,
well, I'm going to do a new post.
There
I'm
you
going to
go.
say, and I'll tell you one of the things that I don't like. And for the folks out there who are like me and go to lots of different sites, when you go to a website, the first thing that comes up is it says sign up for the newsletter. And you have
The pop-ups, I hate that.
you can't get to the rest of the site.
And then
so-
they make the X like really small so that if you don't click it exactly in the middle of the X, you signed up somehow.
I'm not doing that.
It's so bad.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
So
No, I know. It's the worst.
yeah, so we're not doing that. And if we ever do a newsletter, we've decided that it will not be a sales thing. It'll be information, and it'll have nothing to do with your customer stuff. There'll be even a separate thing. Like let's say if we were going to have adafruitcatpictureoftheday.com.
Ooh,
That-
cats and engineering.
It would be a separate
Yeah.
site with a separate thing that has nothing to do with your customer experience. Nothing. 'Cause it's not
Completely
fair.
unique.
It's not fair. The other thing and the reason why we're doing this is because if anyone ever says, oh, I don't want to give my email address because I think I'm going to get spam one day, we could say, we promise to never spam.
Oh, or give away your email address.
Yeah,
We would
never
never,
share it.
ever share it
Yeah.
with anybody.
So we're throwing it down. We think this is the way
Yeah.
to do things.
Okay.
So that's it.
So we're not going to like grep through our mail spool to get email addresses. Just
No, we're not
No,
gonna
we're
do
not doing
that.
that. Okay.
No.
I should put down my regular expressions
Yeah.
then.
Yeah, and what's cool is like our dev team, we all respect each other and have the same values, and none of us could like roll in and say, oh, let's send out 1 billion emails to everyone who's ever bought something from us. Like they would just say no.
Daigo would kick my ass.
Yeah, they'd say no. So anyways, that's our promise.
He'd like flip the table.
Yeah, that's our promise, and you guys got to hold us to
Okay,
it.
so now we have 5 promises.
Yeah.
It's cool. I started with no blinking Christmas tree kits, and now we're not
Yeah.
spamming.
Okay.
All right.
All right, let's move on. Help wanted, Adafruit Jobs Board. It's the Adafruit Jobs Board. And because we don't spam, people trust us, and we do a lot of good things, just speaking of. So we have a jobs board. It's one of the only ones out there that's completely free. You and I approve all the jobs. This one is for BioLite.
Oh yeah, they post a lot.
In Brooklyn and New York. This is for a senior product engineer, cutting edge clean technology company seeking a seasoned mechanical engineer and design for manufacturing specialist to develop home energy consumer products.
Okay.
That's it.
What's in New York?
Yeah. Okay. So check out adafruit.com/jobs if you're a maker looking for a job.
And of
Post
course,
your
if
skills.
you can post either seeking or volunteering. Also, there's art projects too, and like Burning Man, and not just jobs, but also like art and volunteer and projects and design. And if you want to like break into like the museum installation industry or something, maybe you find people to do that with.
Okay. Next up. Little news in open source hardware. Now, the reason why I'm putting this in the open source hardware news section is because it's what I want. It's not because what it is.
Okay.
So this is the Sci-Fi Network is doing a show, and the people involved are hardware companies. So Highway 1 and PCH International, they're like one of the...
Well, they founded IA's company, which is open source hardware.
They funded, yeah.
Funded,
yeah.
not founded.
And so this is in the startup world. The name is a little unfortunate. It's the Bazillion Dollar Club. So what they're going to do is follow all these startups. And since PCH and which is Highway 1, that's their hardware incubator or hardware companies, you're going to see hardware startup reality show series on the Science Fiction Network, which is crazy, which is weird. That means like maybe this is all over, or like maybe it's going mainstream. But these companies are going to be filmed, and Brady, who's a friend of ours, is going to be one of the hosts. And they're going to go and watch a company maybe succeed or fail, and they want to be the next billion-dollar company. What I would hope is, no matter what happens, the hardware companies do open source hardware. If they want a big community of people to really help get the word out and promote it and have all these things, that's probably a naive...
I just can't wait because they always try to have drama. I can't wait for the person who like screams like, "No, you took my lead-free solder! No, I'm gonna kill you!"
I know it's going to be
always like tears and like yelling.
You know it's going to be a lot. This show's going to be this. What do you mean the factory says we're not going to ship for 8 to 9 months? It's just going to be like that. It's like everything is like, what do you mean?
What do you mean it got stopped in customs and it's like there for 3 months and I can't get it out and like I have to fly to Hong Kong now.
And what I hope isn't in this show is just get it made in China, which is like in magically like elves. Like,
PCH does do that. I mean that's
right,
their
but
thing.
it shouldn't just be like a hand wave. I think if they're gonna,
I hope they film in China. That'd be cool.
If they're gonna show hardware startups, they should go to the factories and they should show that they're using good factories.
Yeah,
it's important.
Yeah, I want to see them actually go to the factories.
Anyways.
And like that actually be like how it's made, but with hardware. Like I was trying. That'd be neat.
So that's news.
Okay.
Next up, our gift guides, because all our gift guides are coming out. We have the Adafruit NeoPixel guide, we have the holiday gift guide for Android, and we have the Raspberry Pi gift guide. And you know what? Since I'm in kind of the newsy kind of mood, so every year I like to write about all the companies that are doing cool stuff in the maker, hacker, electronics world, and I do a post. So if you search for like best maker deals, you'll see the last few years I've done this. So I cover everybody. So like I try to do like A through Z of all the maker companies, and these are quote competitors. We don't think they're competitors, but we have everybody in there. So we'll have
the only competitor we have is ourselves.
Yeah, just Time. The
universe.
No, actually Time Magazine. They're going down. Okay. So I like doing this, and it's a little weird because I know other companies, other sites, they really can't do this. They're very like my idea a long time ago when I used to. Talked to some of the folks at MakerBot who were running the blog. I said, you guys should cover all 3D printing. And they're like, well, we make 3D printers. We can't cover anybody else. So on our site for the gift guides, we're posting up all the deals from all the sites. So you'll see stuff from Pololu. You'll see stuff from SparkFun. You'll see stuff from Makershed. This
Little
guide,
Bits is doing some
Little
stuff?
Bits.
Pinoco? No.
Also, I just retweeted Teensy.
Paul
so we also post up the Make gift guide. So if you're looking around, because I don't think people are going to buy stuff from one place. I think you're going to look around and get lots of things from lots of places.
They should look whatever they can do to not just buy non-makery stuff is good for me. Like I don't care where you.
Yeah.
I mean, like if you're going to buy a Raspberry Pi or an Arduino or whatever from Make, you might end up at Adafruit to follow the tutorials, and you might buy something from us and then go to Maker Faire. So it's like it's community.
So what I wanted to do was I wanted to say this so I can send a link to this section if someone, because I've gotten emails before through the customer support side. There's people that are like, hey, I don't want to tell you how to run your business, but why are you posting links to other people's stores?
They don't say that. Oh, they do?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we've been, everyone is an armchair entrepreneur.
Yeah.
We were told, why don't you require everyone on your show and tell to have only Adafruit products?
Why don't you do back orders?
Yeah.
Why don't you do retail?
Why aren't you in retail? There's certain things we make decisions as a company, and
Yeah.
you take risks. Sometimes they work out, and other times people take risks and they don't. But anyways, that's what we're doing. So that's the gift guides. Okay, next up. Other news in open source hardware on Hackaday. The Hackaday branded Pro Trinket,
Which is open source.
is now available. They have it in their store. You can go to store.hackaday.com if you want to. So I personally like the black trinket with the Hackaday logo. One, because I designed the logo 10 years ago and I my trinkets from.
You always wanted, so it's actually interesting. You always wanted me to do black silkscreen electronics. And I was a solder mask. And I was always like, well, it's really hard to see the traces, and that's why I do blue. Because it's the darkest color you can get without having to do, unable to, trace fins. So, this looks really cool. This is, cybery look. And, I'll do black solder mask for, the wearables and for this. So, this is your chance to have a black Pro Trinket.
Okay. So, and with that, they decided, Hackaday, to do a trinket contest. They do this cool artwork too. It's little.
I like the self-shading. Yeah.
So what this is the Trinket Everyday Carry Contest. Build pocket-sized electronics projects and win fabulous prizes. They say our 10th anniversary Trinket Pro boards have been wildly popular at the Hackaday store so much. The original run of 500 sold out in just a few weeks. Adafruit's agreed to do a run of Hackaday.io branded Trinket boards, which are now in stock. So it needs to be pocketable, battery powered. Use something like the Trinket Pro or the Trinket Pro. Document on Hackaday.io, and the prizes are Fluke. It's the Hacko. Sorry.
The Fluke 179.
Fluke 179. Then it's a Hacko 88D, and then there's a Panda by saying all 50 entrants will get a custom T-shirt from the Hackaday store. So this is cool. Anyone can enter.
Okay.
And it uses the trinket. If you've done trinket stuff before.
And by coincidence, luck, fate, we just did 6 Pro Trinket projects in a row. We did the Wi-Fi scanner, the Pro Trinket color Mario Clouds, the Pro Trinket Flying Toasters project, the ray gun with audio effect. We did 6 projects in a row with Pro Trinket. So there's tons of examples on using Pro Trinket in small, portable, battery powered. We have a lot of code. If you want to do low power stuff, we've documented as well.
Okay. So that's available at store.hackaday.com, and also go to the Hackaday site and you can see the contest. Okay, Nimbus to friendly Internet of Cloud, Internet of Things entity.
So cute.
We're working on the Internet of Things site for everyone soon. Adafruit.io, it's in beta, and we released a preview of one of the projects and some of the types of things that you can do. This is a NeoPixel ring that you can control over Wi-Fi. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom into one of the slider controls, because I think that's the really cool part of Adafruit.io. And let's see if I can do this the right way. So we're going to have more of this, and we're also going to make a pretty big announcement about some more things with Adafruit.io. But this is our easy-to-use, maker-friendly Internet of Things. So
you get 3 sliders for the color.
you slide the color, and the NeoPixel ring just changes over Wi-Fi, and it's easy to use. So we're in beta. We're testing this internally, and we'll have more information soon. I just wanted to show this project because it's one of our first ones that we're sharing with the world. Yeah,
this is unusual because usually data services, the data only gets logged. This is the other way around. You're using a web browser to control your Arduino.
Yeah.
Which is really cool.
And we can push.
And really
we
hard.
Push and pull. Yeah.
Push and pull. So this doesn't have push data. It only has pull data, but it can go both ways. There's a CC3000 Wi-Fi shield, and it's connecting to Adafruit.io to get data. So. Yeah, and hopefully we'll have this. We'll also have examples, of course, for the Raspberry Pi and Spark Core and
So we're making
PIC and BeagleBone. And
so
all your favorites.
I'll put it this way: if you think learn.adafruit.com is a neat site for tutorials and all that and more,
it's the best site.
If you think that's a neat
it's
site,
not neat. It's the best.
Then what we're doing for Adafruit.io, I think, will impress you.
What are you looking for up there?
Because something was blinking.
Okay.
There's a thing blinking over there.
Oh yeah.
All right, next up, Arduino news. Mark your calendar, March 28th, Arduino Day 2015.
Bam. It's the second 10th annual, the 10th annual second time, wasn't it?
Second annual.
What was it, the 10th anniversary?
I don't know. I forget now. But I wrote about it, so I don't have to remember. So if I search on the site, I can see what I wrote. Anyways, mark your calendars. Arduino Day, March 28th.
We will be doing something. Maybe we'll have Massimo again.
Yep.
Maybe we'll have some exciting new news.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Adafruit Learning System, 652 tutorials and counting. First up this week, we had. This is make your kid into a Borg, and it's called Build Your Own Borg.
I asked you to Borg this up on the on the blorg.
You asked me to Borg it up on the blog.
Yeah.
That's up. Next up.
Yeah, it's lasers, neopixels, costuming.
This is articulating retina monitor. If you have a Qualia display from Adafruit, you can make a articulating little arm. Yeah,
it's like well, they used a lamp arm, and you replace the lamp. And actually, used you can buy like broken iPad cases, and he used the case to so it's like really beautiful and like it's perfectly glossy, but it's display port out, so you can position it, but connect it to your Mac or Windows machine with display port.
And then next up we have Adafruit. Well, you know this one. This is Tony FT23 2H with SPI and I2C.
Yeah, the FT232H, which is a general purpose USB to GPIO SPI I2C device. And it's from FTDI chip, and it's actually surprisingly popular. Like, people really dug this breakout board. It's got like 16 pins, and you can control them, and you can do I2C or SPI or GPIO. And Tony improved the Python library, so now it's like really easy to use Python to control I2C devices or SPI devices. Data goes back and forth. It's like if you don't want to use a microcontroller, you want to talk to a sensor. It's a little bit like a bus pirate in a sense, but use Python, not like typing, to do it.
Okay. And then next up we have, this is kind of neat. This is the DIY Google Physical Web URI beacons with Bluetooth LE friend. This is really neat.
I hate this name, but I really love the idea.
Yeah,
it's a universal beacon, and it's if you've heard of iBeacons, that's Apple's trademark, and it's only for it's for RSSI data and like some other simple data. With URI beacon or URI beacon from Google, which is they just like announced like a week ago. It's a general purpose Bluetooth low energy beacon advertising packet setup system where you can like compress URL. So you can actually have a beacon that like, it's basically like the NFC URL beaconer, but it's Bluetooth low energy. So you just have to be within like 10 or 20 meters. And what's neat is K-Town did such an excellent job with the Bluetooth friend, the Bluefruit friend that we just released, the Bluetooth low energy USB pluggable, like programmable dongle, that he actually made it so within like 3 seconds you can make your own beacon. You just connect it with the terminal. You type. You have to use our JavaScript calculator that he wrote to generate the packet. You program the packet into it like by typing it out, and then like you're done, and you have your own beacon that transmits a URL. And I tried it worked. I programmed with Adafruit.com, and then when you use the app for Android or iPhone, it works great. Like you just turn it on, and it tells you, found URL, 10 meters away or something. There's a way of like transmitting a URL low power without needing NFC, and like you can do it off a coin cell for like a year or something. So it's an interesting idea.
Okay, and next up, the very popular Pi phone, that's Raspberry Pi based cell phone, and this uses a Phona.
Yeah.
Is now a tutorial.
And it's fancier.
Yeah, and so this is really cool. If you want to make a phone out of a Raspberry Pi, you can. So this is like a real DIY smartphone.
It's so cute.
Yeah, and for the folks who worry about what's in their phone and how it's being used and what's going on, you can actually make your own phone, start to finish.
You can make your own phone, and he also upgraded it. This was a project that I think it's David Hunt.
Yeah.
David Hunt did, and he used our PyTFT a while ago, and he used a couple different modules. This time we gave him all these parts, and we said, "Hey, can you build this with a Phona?" Because I actually kind of want one, and he did. And it's got the capacitive touchscreen display, so it's got this beautiful glossy display, and it's capacitive touch, and it uses the Phona, and it uses, I think, a PowerBoost 500C. So this is like a really fun little project, and it looks really good, and apparently works really well too. So you get a little Pi phone. Hello, I'm on the Pi phone.
All right.
So you can build one.
We have a couple customer service things that we just did. So yeah, I know.
Hi.
So we have our new tutorial. It just says find a local distributor, and then we also have a new customer support video.
Need help with your project? It's easy to get assistance with your Adafruit purchases from our technical support engineers in the Adafruit forums. First, log in with your Adafruit username and password, or create an account if you haven't already. Click the video to find out more about making an Adafruit account. Once you are logged in, do a search for the issue you are having. It's likely the answer is waiting for you. But if you can't find it quickly, just make a new post. Select the closest forum subject and click New Topic. If you're not sure, you can post in General Project Help. In your message, tell us what product you need help with by linking us to the product catalog. If it's a problem with your kit, describe precisely the version that you purchased and the problem that you're having. Post clear photographs of the front and back of your circuit, as well as any connections to the board so that we can help you troubleshoot. You can upload photos by using the Upload Attachments button under the Message Editing window. If your photos are too big, resize them to about 800 by 600. For software compiling or upload problems, post the complete text of any error messages you see. Be sure to scroll to the top of the IDE's output window to get all of the text. If there is a lot of text, use the Code button and paste the text between the tags so that it formats nicely. For other software problems, tell us what sketch you are running. If it is sample code from a tutorial, include a link to that tutorial page. For library example sketches, tell us the name of the library and the example you are using. For all other programs, post the output from the serial monitor. Again, if there's a lot of output, use that Code button when posting. Describe the symptoms of the problem you are having as specifically as possible. If necessary, include a link to a YouTube video of your circuit's behavior. Instead of piggybacking on existing threads, be sure to create a new thread for your issue so our team can follow up effectively. We hope the Adafruit forums will get you back on track quickly so you can share your latest projects. You can do that on the forums too, on the sticky thread at the top of each category. We can't wait to see how your project turned out. Thanks for watching and subscribe for more customer support videos from Adafruit.
All right, those are the customer service videos. So we send that to folks who ask questions on how to ask questions. Time travel, let's look back. So back in 2012, Lady Ada, someone tweeted, I just made the 200,000th order on Adafruit.
And now we're up to, I think, 650,000?
I could tell you what we're up to this second.
Okay.
So the latest order number we have right now is
639,387.
387. Yeah, okay. So there you go. That's the latest.
430,000, so it's almost two
and then
times more.
Last year, we added Bitcoin to our site. And people ask, hey, is Bitcoin a good idea? Should I add it to my site? And the answer is, well, it kind of was. For us, it was. So I think this is one of the first times I've ever seen anyone who takes Bitcoin share any type of data or anything. But we added Bitcoin at peak. So
it was hitting 1,000, yeah.
It was about 1,000 a coin, and you can see how many people were offloading their Bitcoins to buy electronics at Adafruit. And maybe these people would be customers, maybe they didn't. There was not a lot of places that you can sell this. So this was a year ago. And you can see there's been spikes and everything, but generally speaking, it's declining.
Yeah.
And it was very much worth it. You know, there's not chump change, 6 figures.
At the time, yeah, this was the total per month. So we had 50,000 per month for the first few months, and then it dropped down to like 20, 25. I mean,
it's not a trivial amount of money. Like at peak, 50K-ish is per month is great. Yeah. It's an extra, like who wouldn't want that per month? So, but then, kind of long tails out, and then, it bumps up whenever the value goes up, but I think it's stabilized a lot. So I think the people who were going to mine and did the mining did it. Yeah. And I think the people who had some coins and wanted to spend it at a place like Adafruit spent it. So does this mean it's going to go up to where its peak was? I don't know. I do think that there is a lot of hype in startups and venture funding, and depending on how that keeps going and what they keep trying to jam in, and where all these Bitcoins go when they're seized with the Silk Road thing, like whatever happens to all this is going to determine if this is a source of currency that people want to use for buying electronics. So that's a chart. Okay. And that's your financial news. Okay. Wearables. Becky has a cool new video. This is one of the coolest projects. You can do this probably this weekend. Simple, easy project.
This is a really simple but very fun
awesome.
project. All crafty.
Yep.
No soldering.
Here we go.
Today's a quick project that lets you charge your phone with a book. We'll hide an inductive charger inside the cover for a convenient desktop or bedside inductive charging stand. You'll need a Qi charging transmitter, receiver module that matches the orientation of your phone's charging port, a case, and an old hardcover book that you don't care about reading anymore. The phone side is super easy. Just plug in your Qi charging receiver coil before putting your phone in its case. I like the look of the bare coil, so I peeled off the sticker. To house the transmitter inside this book isn't too hard either, just a little more labor intensive. Trace around the circuit and use your favorite ruler and blade to cut out a hole for the circuit and coil. The coil should be as close to the cover as possible, but you might want to make the spot for the circuit a bit deeper so the USB connector is completely submerged in pages. You can get fancy by cutting only a small hole for the USB cable. Line up the phone's coil with the transmitter coil so the phone is charging, then trace around the phone so you'll know where to put it on the book. No more fumbling around on the floor for your charging cable before bed, just set it down on your new charging book. You can put this charger in a bunch of different objects. How would you make it your own? Let us know in the comments.
Okay. Next up, 3D printing stuff. There is no 3D printing show tomorrow.
That's right.
Because
It's Turkey Day.
Because Matt, Noah, and Pedro got a poultry grinder, and they've made a new type of filament, turkey filament, and they're 3D printing and cooking the turkey goo.
Would you call it Cluckobot? Cluckbot?
The
Cluck maker?
Yeah, I don't know what I said.
Maker cluck. I don't know
Yeah.
what he said.
Yeah, and so
Gobblebot.
Gobblebot 5000. So that's what they're working on, but don't worry. I know you're saying, but Phil, I'm a vegan. You're not, but let's say you say
Okay,
you were.
yeah, I'm vegan.
There's a tofu version that squirts out tofu and cooks it, and it makes
Yeah.
it in turkey shape. Okay. Anyways, in big 3D printing news, this is the 3D printer that went to space. We covered this a long time ago. It actually worked. They did it. They are
Wow.
in space. Here's this is the first 3D print in space. And what's cool is this means potentially one day you'll bring a 3D printer with you to Mars and you'll print some of the things you need when you get there. So this is made in space. One of the first things printed.
Mil-spec 3D printer.
Yeah. So, okay.
That's cool. Well, maybe for space, you're like, maybe you're bored. Just like watch the 3D printer make stuff.
Yeah.
Make
So
them
that's
stuff.
it. And next up, we have our video. This is a really neat video. This is the coin 3D printed necklace.
Yes.
Bling, bling.
Mario coin
Bling, bling.
necklace.
The classic 8-bit chime from our favorite retro video game finally makes a triumphant comeback as Mario Question Block Necklace. In this DIY project, we're going to show you how to build Mario coin sound jewelry so you can wear it and learn about electronics and 3D printing. You can get the parts to build this project on the shop at Adafruit.com. The Adafruit Trinket Mini is a tiny microcontroller designed for small projects. And combined with the LiPo backpack, you can keep your projects enclosed while being able to recharge the circuit. We'll need to add a slide switch to easily power it on and off by prepping the LiPo backpack for wiring. We like using 30-gauge silicone-coated stranded wires for those flexible connections. A fast vibration switch is crafted and shaped to fit nicely onto the trinket using flat pliers. Next up, we'll need to solder the leads to the JST pads on the bottom of the trinket. We'll use tweezers and line up the wiring of the LiPo backpack so it can fit on top of the trinket. If you do want to build one yourself, of course follow along with the circuit diagram and full tutorial for this project on the Adafruit Learning System. The link is in the description. Next up, we'll wire up the LED sequin to make this project light up when the coin chimes by connecting the LED to the trinket. You can download the STLs for making these parts on your 3D printer, or if you don't own a 3D printer, you can always use a 3D printing service. The 3-piece enclosure is designed to print with no support material and just snap fits together. We recommend using transparent filament to diffuse the light from the LED. Proceed by routing the wires from the piezo through the enclosure. We're going to mount this piezo to the back of the enclosure by securing it with the number 256 machine screw. Next up, we'll coil the excess wiring into the enclosure and carefully position the circuit. We'll go ahead and secure the circuit to the enclosure with another machine screw. Proceed by inserting the slide switch into the cutout with clips using tweezers and snap it into place. Last but not least, pop on the cover on top and press it to snap it into place. And now we have Mario coin sound jewelry. What retro video game inspired jewelry would you make? can let us know in the comments below and on our show and tell on Google+. Thanks so much for watching, and check out our previous videos for more project ideas. And don't forget to subscribe for more projects from Adafruit.
All right, Raspberry Pi stuff.
I thought that necklace goes great with like
Bing, bing,
Chianti.
bing, bing, bing.
She's like drinking wine.
3D printing and electronics, so great with County.
Yeah.
So next up, this is a milestone. I just wanted to point this out. Did you know the Raspberry Pi went on sale 1,000 days ago?
Ooh, 1,000. It's a nice round number.
Yeah.
Well, we have to celebrate when it reaches, 3,145,
Yeah, it's cool.
41 days.
Okay. Before we go into new products, I want to say thanks to everyone.
again.
Thank you, everyone, for watching Ask an Engineer and
Which is
supporting
also
us.
the code.
Yeah. The code gets you 10% off everything in the Adafruit store, and don't forget, you get all this free stuff. And because we said we're never going to take ads or sponsorship or spam you or do anything, this is the only way that we pay the bills. So thank you. Okay, Lady Ada, let's do this thing. It is new product time. Here we go. First up, Eagle, 3 users. Standard. So if you want to get Eagle for your organization, you can buy it through us. We have the easiest way to get Eagle CAD.
This version has, we already carried the standard Eagle CAD with schematic capture and board layout. The new version that we just added is schematic, layout, and auto router. Now, personally, not a big auto router fan, but that said, some people want the auto router. You want to spend another couple $100, get the auto router?
Yeah.
Go to town. It's available. This is the product you want.
Okay, what's this, Lady Ada?
These are, this one and the next one are, these are actually cute. They're SMT component strip tape holders. And we have these books, which I'll show, can you go to the main or overhead?
Yeah.
I'll show this book. Okay. So we have these blank books that have pages in them. And then if you have like strips of components, this is like an empty strip, but like let's say it had components in it, you can, oh wait, sorry, got the other way around. You can, hold on, there you go. Okay, you can slide 8mm strip into here, and we also have a page in the back that is for 24mm or so strips, so you can have like really big components. Like this one is empty, but like let's say it had chips in it. Maybe I have an example of chips here somewhere. Second. The new products hit me fast. I wasn't as ready as I'd like. Okay, so if you have like big chips like this TQFP, like 88 or whatever. So yeah, you can fit this in here, and now you have
nice.
like your SMT stuff in a book. But some people were saying, hey, I've got this book, and I want more pages. We now have just the pages, so you just want like more of the thin strip pages, 8mm, and we also have packets of the wide 24mm or thinner. So if you have like the common resistors and capacitors, they're 8mm. If you have anything else that's larger than just like a little mini chip, you probably want the big pockets, and then there's even some like note paper here. Okay. So we sell the book, and now we have the pages. So
okay,
we got everything.
Next up, this looks like something for maybe a Pi Hat.
That's a Pi Hat connector.
Pi Hat connector.
Yes.
It must mean we're gonna have some Pi Hat soon.
We're gonna get a Pi Hat soon.
Okay.
We're getting there. This one is the through hole. Hold on.
Okay.
I was not prepared.
You're not prepared.
I was not prepared.
All
Sorry.
right.
Hold
you
on.
got some things you got to do.
Yeah, things happen fast. Oh no,
Yeah.
where's the connector? Of course it's black, and it's in a black box, so I'm never gonna find it. Unless okay, well I'll just talk about it.
I have a great photo.
Let's look at the great photo, because I don't know where it went.
Okay.
It fell or something. It's a through-hole short connector. This connector allows you can solder to like a hat and then plug it onto a Raspberry Pi model A+ or B+. I can show it on the overhead with this surface mount version.
Okay.
It's not the through-hole version of surface mount. So yeah, you have the Pi Hat connector, and then this thing plugs onto here. Yay! And then you can snap it in. And if you have like a Pi Hat, like a PCB, it lets you plug it in. And it's a thin style. It's shorter than usual. So if you want to save space,
Okay.
save some space.
All right. Let's keep going. Next up,
I'm sure I'll find that pi hat connector.
this is, besides you, the star of the show, one of the stars of the show tonight. This is the new Raspberry Pi Model A Plus Pi case.
This is a Phil B. I found the connector. This is
It's
a Phil B project. Painter Dragon, who did our really beautiful B Plus case, has come around again and made an A Plus case. We got him an A Plus a week ago, and he quickly whipped up a super adorable case.
Yeah.
It still has, you can put the GPIO cable in it. It also has the flippy up connect. Do you have can you go to the flippy?
Yeah, I got that going
You
on.
can flip up the top, which is like super adorable, and I'll show it on the overhead. You can put hats on it. So this is, hold on, let me zoom in.
You're working on hats.
I'm working on some hats. So I took the top off so I could easily remove hats, but hold on. The only thing is you have to kind of wedge the hat out because it's exactly the same size as the Model A
Yeah.
Plus. Oh,
Getting it out is harder.
I'm actually going to just take
Can you
the...
take it apart?
Well, I take the side screw out. Hold on. And then, hold on. Okay, I'm just gonna take this
And
apart.
this is the upcoming GPS hat, but you're showing that it can fit a hat while it's inside there.
I know, but I have to like take it out. It's like,
You
There you
really
go.
got it. Yeah, you wedged it in there.
it's 40
secure.
pins.
It's 40 pins.
It's 40 pins. But like we also have like a unicorn hat from Pimeroni, so you can fit that on top, snap it in, and then if you want to remove it, you have to take out the side. And then you can also assemble it with or without the top. So like right now I don't have it with the top on, but I can also make sure I get this right. This connects into here. Hold on. So this is the snappy top. So hold on one second. I'm gonna put one screw in here. And it's like made out of clear acrylic, and you have to put it together. It only takes a couple minutes though. So yeah, now we have the snappy top. So you can lift the top in case you want to reach something like
That's
a
fun.
hat connector inside, or you can close it. And it's like super compact, and yeah, it fits like a hat perfectly. So this is actually a really a fun project with the unicorn hat because you can see it through, like it's really bright, but you can see it through the body. And it's got like this little nub so you can pop the micro SD in and out, which I really like. And it's just really compact and super simple to use. And I think it's one of the only A plus cases available right now. The A plus is really new.
Speaking of, we have another A plus case.
We have another A plus.
We call it the Pi
Cabinet case.
Protector. And this is a very slim, cool case that keeps the Model A Plus safe and secure.
It's just a protector. Yeah, it's
it's a
like when you
protector.
don't, because the A plus is so skinny that we thought there might be situations where you want to have the A plus where you want to use it, but you don't want the big bulky case. Also, it's less expensive because it's less
Yeah.
plastic. And Phil B even etched the pin out on the top, so you can like if you want to use
Yeah.
direct
And-
cables. I have it here.
And check this out. You can
Yeah,
put it in your
Noah.
pocket.
Well, everyone was like, "Oh, it's a Pi protector, like a pocket protector."
Yeah.
So you have to get like the scientist coat out and like make it look like a pocket size. It is pocket sized.
Yeah, it's super cool.
You can put it in your pocket and protect your pocket and protect your Pi.
Okay, so I'll go to the overhead.
Yeah, I'll show it off on the overhead. This one's easier because you have the pins and then a notch. So if you want to plug in the GPIO cable, it's actually kind of nice because you can't plug it in backwards because there's a notch in the way. And then it's a little hard to see because of the lighting, but you can see the pin numbers here if you want to know what the pin out is. There's these nubbins that protect the micro USB. So when you have, I'll demonstrate what these nubbins are because they're kind of interesting. If you have a micro USB plugged in, it keeps it from getting bumped by accident and popping out because otherwise you might accidentally hit it and it pops out. So these little nubbins just protect it from bumping out. And then it's super slim, and then the nice thing is that you can just plug hats on top if you like. I mean, there's slots for display and camera connector, so you can definitely get to those.
Okay.
But then if you want to plug a hat on top, it's actually kind of nice because you get this really compact setup. It's protected, but you have like little top hat.
Okay. So that's
Also from Phil B.
that's it. Those are the new products.
Yeah, it was short and sweet.
Okay.
We had a lot of new products.
And you showed the not out yet already.
Yeah, so I'm now that the A+ is out, I'm
Yeah,
going to
you did that,
get
sort
the
of.
hats
So,
rocking.
yeah. So anyways, this is the one.
We got the proto hat, which is
Yeah.
done. It's not going to be blood.
And
These are
then you have-
just prototypes. They're
And
not
then you
going
have
to
a GPS hat. Yeah.
GPS hat, which
We're in testing right
I
now.
also tested. But we wanted to make sure that when the I had kind of a feeling A+ was going to come out before the end of the
Yeah.
year. So now I can test both with both the B+ and the A+, and also make sure that it's exactly the right size and it fits in the case.
All right.
So there will be hats.
Folks, start typing your questions for Lady Ada. I'm gonna do some paying bills here.
Yeah.
Coach, thanks. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Yay!
We have a bunch of deals going on right now. You get 10% off and you get all these things.
Oh wait, can I? While you're getting questions, can I
Yeah.
show off the connector again?
Yeah.
They found
Let's
it
go
at
to
the
the.
bottom.
We're just gonna skip around. We can do
Sorry.
anything you want. Back.
This
we're back.
was the through-hole connector, and this is the surface mount one. So the surface mount one doesn't have the pins go out the side, so you surface mount solder it. And this one is through-hole, so it's you can solder it to any kind of through-hole connection, and it's really slim. So it's actually so slim it doesn't fit all the way down on the pins, but it's like the shortest connector. So we have standard size connector, shorty connector, through-hole, surface mount. We have pretty much all the options. And we also have the stacky header. So this is like the stacking style Pi header. So the pins are so long that you can then, if you wanted to have this hat, and then you're not supposed to stack hats, but let's say you wanted to have two hats. Yeah, whatever. But you can if you want. You could stack another hat on top. So you can have two hats and then plug this in to here. So we have a lot of hat connectivity options.
Okay, so here's questions.
Okay, so we can
Ready?
answer questions, yeah.
We're gonna answer questions. So first question up
Stacky
is: what
hat.
if someone wants to learn how to make circuit boards? Where should they do? Where can they go?
We had actually a really good book by Simon Monk about the details of making circuit boards, but you can actually start out by getting your project working on a solderless breadboard. It's the easiest because you just move wires around, and then move it to a perma-proto or perf board, and then that's more permanent. But then if you really need to have surface mount connectors and stuff, there's a lot of ways to make circuit boards. First off, you can use OSH Park and draw out your circuit using the free version of EagleCAD. There's freeware versions or KiCad. And then you can get your circuit boards made for $5 or $10. And so it's really low risk. I used to have to send out boards and it was $200. You couldn't get boards for less. It was it was at least $80 if you wanted no solder mask, $200 if you did. So the fact that you can get PCBs now for $10, $20 is amazing.
Okay. The next one up is: are there any displays that actually use the Pi display connector? They all seem to use SPI.
That's right. This is a bit of a thing with the Pi display connector. It uses MIPI DSI, which is a sort of non-obvious, non-easy to use protocol for the display. There's HDMI composite on board. There's also SPI for little displays because that way you don't have to go through the composite or HDMI decoding process. It's just raw data from Linux. But the display itself, to connect a MIPI display, you actually need to know how to communicate to the core to do that. And Broadcom and the Raspberry Pi Foundation haven't released that. So I have MIPI displays, but I can't connect them to the Pi because I don't have that code that tells the Pi what display and what resolution and what the protocol is. So it's everyone's kind of waiting for the Pi Foundation to release their display, and hopefully there'll be ways to to figure out how that works and maybe attach other displays. But it's a little bit like the Pi camera. Chances are, whatever they pick, it's going to be you kind of have to use their solution. That's a little bit of the Pi way.
Okay. What is the Schottky diode part that is on the Pro Trinket, and can you please explain how it protects the power supply?
For the Schottky diodes, we tend to use the MBR 120, which is a 1 amp peak, really low volt dropout, forward voltage Schottky diode. And a Schottky diode is, it's a lot like this kind of standard diodes you might be familiar with, except it's a low, I say dropout, but it's not dropout, it's forward voltage. It's only about 2.2 volts. And so if you have two power supplies and two diodes going in, one from the battery, one from USB, it protects USB from back charging into the battery, and the battery from back charging into your USB port.
yeah.
So the Pro Trinket or whatever, like I actually have the same setup I think on the Flora as well. You know, you have a little bit of a voltage drop, like 0.2 volts, but it's very small in comparison to the 5 volts or whatever, the battery voltage. And in exchange for losing that voltage, you don't have to worry about the battery being backwards because it's polarity protection, and you don't have to worry about current feeding the wrong way. So just make sure that the current only goes from the battery USB into the Pro Trinket, and it can't feed around any other direction.
Okay. Quick question, I can answer this one. Where do you think you should get custom PCBs? We like Oshpark. That's a lot of fun for makers. So that's our pick. And then one quick question, and then we're going to give away something. If they can't get the 315 megahertz RF receive to work on the Trinket with virtual wire, are there any obvious things that I could be doing wrong? Same code receiver works fine on Uno.
Ooh. I've never used virtual wire, so I actually don't know what that is. Make sure you're using a Pro Trinket 5 volt, because the 3 volt runs at 12 megahertz. Maybe it's a timing thing. If you're having issues, you can post on the forums. The easiest way to debug projects on a Pro Trinket is to use FTDI header and FTDI cable, and then like treat it like an Uno. But I don't know. I don't know the virtual wire or 315. I don't know exactly what you're talking about.
All right, and then last thing, we got to give some away. Thoughts on getting Bluetooth LE working on the Flora? We're probably going to do a Bluefruit Flora.
Yeah, we're working on it. So we wanted to move to this new chipset, the NRF51822, which took a little bit of time.
Worth it.
But it's worth it. It's worth it. And I think we did an excellent job, and we're getting there. And we'll be releasing, breakout versions for the Arduino and a Shield version, of course. And then we will probably revise the Flora, and because we have like some upgraded parts that we might want to. Because it's been a while. We want to move to micro USB, for example. And maybe like change the crystal, and maybe change the power regulator or whatever. Make a couple updates there, and then while we're at it, maybe add the capability to like plug on Bluetooth LE. We're kind of thinking about it, because I think Bluetooth or Wi-Fi are the two things that are the most valuable for a Flora. But definitely Bluetooth Low Energy if you want to make wearables. And we'll probably have also a sewable Bluetooth Low Energy thing you can solder on. So we're working on that.
Okay, it's now time to give something away.
Okay.
Trivia question now. What are the rules for the trivia question, Lady Ada?
The rules for the trivia question is if you've won something from our fabulous trivia question contest before, you're going to enter, again, one winner per lifetime. We want to give everybody a chance to win. What is the winner going to get?
How about we give them a Raspberry Pi Model A Plus and the little...
What?
And the little slim
You're going to
case.
give away both an A Plus and the Pi Protector?
Yeah.
Okay. You two can be like Noel and
Yeah.
have a Pi Protector plus A Plus. You get double the fun. You get this whole package. Sweet.
Okay.
What's the question?
The question is going to be, you just have to type in the month and the year we started accepting Bitcoin. The month and the year
Ooh, were you paying attention?
Yeah, this is a quiz. We had it on our chart. We had a chart, and the month and the year that we started taking Bitcoin. Now, Ustream and YouTube are pretty synced up tonight, which is nice. So whoever types the month and the year for Bitcoin will get A Plus and the slim case.
Pi Protector.
The Pi Protector.
It's a good name, Pi Protector.
Yeah.
We thought about it really hard.
Yeah.
Philby wanted to name it the Sneeze Guard, but I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I was a little iffy on that.
That we'll see. While we're waiting for the winner here, don't forget the code is thanks. Happy Thanksgiving. The month and the year that we started Bitcoin. People are saying 2010. I don't believe Bitcoin was around in 2010.
Yeah.
It wasn't 2012 either.
Wait, can you go back? Go back to this.
Huh. Here you go.
No.
It's Nicholas Hunter, November of 2013 in the YouTube chat. Nicholas Hunter, you won.
Go, Nicholas Hunter!
Congratulations, Nicholas.
Woo!
Let me get this here, Nicholas. Yay. Email us at support@adafruit.com. And
November, just 1 year ago.
yeah. And you'll
That's
get
why it was in.
yeah, and you'll get
What will they get?
A+
Okay.
and the Pi Protector. Okay, that's the show. Thank you, everybody. Just a quick reminder. Coach, thanks. We're tired. It's time for us to go home.
I know. I was like, wait, it's new product. Wait,
Yeah,
the new product's out.
the deals right now that we have going on: $100 Perma Proto, $150 Trinket 5-volt, $200 free UPS ground, $250 Trinket 5-volt. These are deals. We'll see everybody next week.
I can't even find this character anymore. Okay. Yes.
We're here every week.
We'll be here next week, and
8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time?
we'll be doing awesome sales
Yeah.
Friday. Check in.
And thank you everyone out there who watches every week and supports Adafruit and sends us cool things and keeps it going. Thank you all the remote folks that work with us. We like seeing you virtually.
Yeah, how many people work for Adafruit now?
75.
75 people.
Yeah. And thank you everyone. And I'm also very thankful that there's still big, tough problems to solve and huge challenges ahead. And there's a group of people here called Adafruit that work together around the world to try to make the world a better place. A little bit of
You know, like the
science and
world
engineering.
on the internet kind of sucks sometimes, but like I really like what we built.
Yeah, it's working
like
out.
this is a really good safe place for everybody.
It's working out. So thank you everyone who's in our community and all the customers and all the people. We will see you next week, and happy Thanksgiving.
Enjoy your turkey day with
Bye,
your
bye, bye,
families
bye.
and your turkeys and your tofurkeys and your
Okay.
mashed potatoes and
Here's a picture of MOSFET.
glazed carrots.
I'm thankful he's still around. He's a nice cat.
MOSFET's a great cat.
And here's your Mona Zener.